Hey everybody, I'm Robert Miller, Executive Director of FARA, Family, Faith, and Relationship Advocates. We're celebrating our 5-year anniversary, and that blows my mind because it was just a thought and a dream about 11 years ago at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to change my life and do something different, and I started a new course. So 5 years ago, we opened up FARA, and the hope was to open up a therapeutic agency, wraparound services, so that a family or a child that has gone through crisis, that are in crisis, could be met possibly, could be given a chance to heal, change, grow, get to a healthy space if needed. And so 5 years ago, November 18th, we opened up FARA, and we had our OPAC program, which is Outgrowing Power, Anger, and Control. It's a 36-week batter intervention program for those that have gotten themselves in trouble with the law, or in a case with DHS where children may have been separated because of a domestic violence moment. We then worked with the offender over almost a year's period in helping them understand their story, the tools that are missing in their story, how they got there, and how they can add to their story to be the most connected version of themselves possible, and then see better outcomes in their relationships, whether it be parenting or the person sitting next to them on the couch. And so my hope is to create the OPAC program, and then we opened up our TIPS program, which is True Insight Parenting Strategies. It's our parenting series. My hope is to have a wraparound service of parenting education, therapeutic services, crisis and resource opportunities, and so that any family is struggling at any point, they wouldn't necessarily have to be sent away from FARA, that we would have the service of the professionals to be able to meet their needs. So we opened up the TIPS Parenting Education Series that started off a 6-week series and is now an 8-week series, and we've had over 1,000 individuals go through that and graduate that program. We have a contract with DHS and a relationship with multiple agencies in our community that send their parents that could benefit from gaining additional insight, skills, and emotional intelligence so they can connect with their children better. And then we also started to begin to collaborate with Bushnell University in creating our therapeutic opportunities. And so helping up and coming therapists get their education underneath the FARA banner while they worked with and met FARA clients that were in trauma, that were in need. And so I've had several therapists come through our agency over the last 5 years in that collaboration, which is awesome because when those therapists come in with different skill sets than I have, then I'm able to meet more clients that are struggling. And so in the 5 years, we've had the OPAC and we've had the TIPS and we've had the therapeutic services. And then we were able to, because of the work we were doing and the community started to take notice, that we were able to start to work with the youth that were struggling in our community. And so we developed the FARA for Youth Crisis Program, and we opened up the Crisis Drop-In Center, where any youth struggling from the ages of 11 to 24, whether they need food or they need clothing or they need to learn how to get a job or they need how to get back to school or they just need a safe place to sit or get to, we opened up the FARA Crisis Center to meet those needs. And we have several individuals throughout the week that come in and take advantage of our food pantry or their clothing closet. We also utilize those services for outreaches. We're really heavily in our community when it comes to offering resources and material to our community. So we've done backpack giveaways where we served 168 families. 92 students were able to get a complete backpack full of supplies because they didn't have the capacity or ability to get those resources themselves. We have a winter coat giveaway that we do. We have outreaches in our community where we give supplies to those that might be on the margins or struggling. And we have our FARA Fun Night where we offer a social space once a week for those that might be struggling with relationships. We have our affinity groups that we do at Horizon School where we make a space for our BIPOC community and our LGBTQI community to process, to walk through the struggles that they're going through. We have our Yes groups out at Sutherland High School where we teach a 16-week program of building a student's emotional intelligence and capacity so they're not struggling in the way that they used to, so that they be able to handle life's problems or even parenting problems or family problems better than they were able to before, and be able to stay in school, stay consistent, and be connected to resources. Then we opened up our Safe at Home program, which is a collaboration with DHS. And that collaboration, the main foundation of that is to give families that have been separated for multiple reasons a chance to grow, change, and heal and reunify with their own children. And so to be able to make that happen, we need family partners or safety service providers. So Safe at Home is that program in collaboration with DHS to help families get that last leg of the journey so that they can be reunited with their children and live out their family dynamic in a much more connected way with much better outcomes. And so as you can see, we have been heavily involved in our community. There's probably 7 or 8 different community forums that FARA is a part of at different layers any given week, whether it be Creating Community Resilience, which is our training forum, and we're on that advisory, whether it's our I'm called Health Alliance System of Care. There's so many different community committees that FARA is a part of and the staff that attends each week. And so we're integrated in the social work and the education and in the helping components of our community. And we're only halfway of our 10-year plan. We have so much more we're going to do. We're going to be right around the corner. In January, we're going to be able to provide billable services, and everything that I just shared with you will be able to take insurance for that, which means that we won't be struggling as an agency necessarily as much as we did the first 5 years to try to make ends meet. Because one thing that we're trying to do differently here at FARA, no matter what the situation is, no matter who the person is, we don't say no. And so when you don't say no to those that are struggling and those that can't pay, then there obviously is going to be a gap in finances on our end. And we have had some rough moments in these last 5 years. But we have refused to change our narrative that we won't say no to anybody. And I believe because we don't say no, we have been blessed and we have been covered through these 5 years. And I know that we're going to continue to be covered and blessed, and we're going to make it and we're going to shine. But I'm asking you, I'm sharing with you, look at what we've done in 5 years. And billable services is about 4 months around the corner. And we're almost at the end of the finish line, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But we might not make it there, and we need you. I'm just going to be open and transparent. We need you to help us get there. And so this 50 days to 50K is our year-end celebration to showcase all the work that we've done, what we are doing, and that we're committed to do even more in the next 5 years. But we need your collaboration. We need your support. We need your prayers. We need your pocketbooks. Would you be willing to join us? Would you be willing to be a monthly donor, a one-time donor, whatever is laid upon your heart, how you feel that you would love to support the work down here at FARA? We've got 17 staff diligently, willingly, and committed to being at the trenches, at the front lines of working with families and children in crisis. Would you join us on the front lines? We need more of you. We love you. We thank you for the support that you've already given. So many of you have supported us from the very beginning when it was an idea 10 years ago. You've supported us, and some of you have come along and found out about us just recently, and we're so grateful for the new supporters as well. But I want to thank all of you that have heard about us, that have told other people about us, that have sent clients our way, that have supported us in monthly giving or yearly giving, or clothing donations, food donations. We have a wonderful volunteer staff. Is that something you might want to do? Come join the volunteer staff. So many areas that you could help families and children in crisis. I've been pretty blessed the first 5 years, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen the next 5 years. And I want to see this FARA family grow. Would you join us? Don't forget, at the end of the day, whether it's your wife, your husband, your kids, your mom, your dad, your next door neighbor, the people you work with, or that total stranger across the street, without connection, there can be no influence.